Gratitude is the right attitude, but it can be scary. I'm Christina Chase, and this video is about honestly giving thanks. Being grateful is essential to happiness. I've experienced this in my life, and it's witnessed by people all over the world, so we know it's true. Sometimes people may look at me and be amazed or impressed that I'm as thankful as I am. But I truly am thankful. I'm thankful to be alive, to be here. I wrote a book called It's Good to Be Here. I'm very grateful for my parents who have sacrificed so much for me, for my care, who are loving and generous. I am grateful for my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephews, my whole big family. You know, all of us, right? We're grateful for loved ones, for friends, for if we are able to have a home that's safe and warm. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful to have food to eat and medical care when I need it, books to read. My life, though it is very difficult and challenging, my back hurts a lot right now, is a good life. I even say it's beautiful, terribly beautiful, and I am very grateful. I've always tried to be appreciative throughout my life, even as I weakened. You know, I used to be able to sit up a bit straighter and hold my own head up. I used to be able to move my arms, and so I could feed myself, brush my teeth, drive around with my wheelchair a lot more easily, even turn the pages of a book or pet a cat. And I could feel myself getting weaker every year. And that's sad, certainly. But it also taught me to appreciate what I have while I have it. As I knew that my abilities were going to be fleeting, because my strength is fleeting. The thing is, everything is fleeting. Everything in this life is temporary. And so as I've grown into adulthood, I became extra appreciative of my parents, especially after I got mostly past the self-centeredness of my teenage years and my 20s. As I'm maturing, I'm becoming more and more appreciative of who is in my life, of what I have in my life. This is also scary, because I do see how good my life is now, and I do truly understand and appreciate how much worse my life could be. And I know that there are people all over this world, maybe even you, who are suffering greatly because they're lonely. They don't have loved ones to be with, to share time with, to grow with, and to help them when they need it. And of course, there are people all over the world, even right next door, who suffer financially and don't know what they're going to eat today, have no place to sleep tonight. So when we do take stock, especially around Thanksgiving, which is approaching as I'm making this video, do stop to think about how much we have. Become truly grateful, especially when we understand that there are many who have not. As I said, everything is fleeting in this life, so even though we may have now, we could someday in the future have not. I said I'm getting older and maturing. Well, my parents are getting older as well. My strength has been weakening all my life because of my progressive disease. But their strength is weakening because of the progressive condition known as age, life. We age, we get weaker. There are less things that we can do. they're certainly experiencing that. And they're my main caregivers. So yeah, I am often scared about what would happen if I didn't have my parents, for whom I am so grateful. What if they weren't my caregivers anymore? They weren't able in one way or another. The security that I have right now, I'm grateful for that. And I also know that it's fragile. All of our security really is fragile. All those things that we're grateful for. So it can be scary. Yeah. You get too grateful and you start to think, wow, my life is really good. And it could change at any time. That makes you more appreciative for today, but it can also make you, well, it can make me fearful for tomorrow. So that's a terrible note to end a video on, so I'm not going to do that, because this kind of thinking has led me to consider what true gratitude is, where true gratitude lies. If gratitude is going to bring us happiness, true joy, then it can't be something that can be taken away. In other words, true gratitude is grateful for everything. So even if my life changes drastically, for me to truly live in joy, I would still need to be thankful. All the scary scenarios I have in my head of my loved ones not being around or not being able to take care of me, and what that would look like and how horrible that would be. But even in that situation, if it should ever occur, to be happy, I would still need to be grateful. So what is it at the very base, the very core, that we can always be grateful for no matter what? Well, life is one thing. Yes, life is also fleeting here on this earth. It's temporary. But if we believe in the immortality of the soul, that's immortality. As we Christians do, as people who are Christian, people around the whole world and throughout history and into the future believe in the immortality of the soul, then life isn't really fleeting. It's not temporary. It's eternal. So though I am breathing right now, right? Oxygen and whatever else is in the air, and rocking back and forth with each breath, because that's how I can fill my lungs. That's what we think of as life, as long as there is breath within me. But there's more to life than that. That isn't essentially who we are or the essential driving force of our existence. That isn't the safeguard of our being. Where I'm going with this? Yes. God is the creator of everything, the author of all life. God who is immortal, infinite, and eternal. God. In Him we live and move and have our being. And that isn't a statement about earth or this atmosphere. It's about existence, reality itself. So God is the giver of all good things, we say. And that's true, because God is the giver of life. And everything that everybody will be sitting down at the table on Thanksgiving, no matter when it may be celebrated or how it may be celebrated, officially or unofficially. When we give thanks, we are giving thanks to the source of life, the giver of all good things. I do believe in God, and I believe that God has revealed Himself to us by His Word becoming flesh and dwelling among us, God in the flesh, Jesus. And as a Christian, I truly believe God is the giver of all good things, that life is eternal for all those who follow God, who love as God loves. to follow Jesus. And so when my gratitude can lead me to fear sometimes, I hope and pray, I pray and hope that I will stop and remember that God is the giver of all good things. I am grateful in this twisted, little, limited, bitten, pained body right now. I'm truly grateful that I should trust God, who helps me to be able to be grateful, who gives all that is good, who cares for all that He has created, to trust God that I will always be able to find Him, to find the source of all goodness, the source of all joy, and truly give thanks for everything. So be less scared. Gratitude plus trust is joy, and it's joy in the Lord. So give thanks with a grateful heart on Thanksgiving and every day. Read more about this kind of thinking, especially in one particular chapter entitled Joy, Why Are You So Happy? In my book, It's Good to Be Here, published by Sophia Institute Press. Check out my blog, authorchristinachase.com. Like this video if you like it. Don't like it if you don't. Leave me a comment, and I hope and pray that you will be able to be truly grateful and give thanks with trust and love through Christ Jesus. And that's all for now. Peace.